Hey guys, Brenton Gieser here on behalf of GenJuice. I got a specific topic I want to talk about today, and it relates to actually the whole GenJuice team. The direct team, of course, we got the wonderful founders, Ariel, Danielle, and Virgilia, and as we all know, they're going on tour for the next couple months. A lot of people probably asking them at this point, how in the hell are they doing it, right? How are you able to actually afford traveling around the country, putting on these events, and not actually working a steady job during that time? And me personally, I've been going through the same thing in a kind of a different type of way. I founded ConvoSpark alongside some amazing partners on my end, and we founded it a while back, but what we did have to consider, which is a big thing, is when are we going to actually jump ship from the jobs that we are working and start working full-time on ConvoSpark? And that's something almost every entrepreneur will have to ask themselves at one point in time as they're working on different ventures, especially revenue-generating ventures. I've been part of many that have not generated revenue, so quick disclaimer. But the one I'm part of right now is, and I want to go over a couple things that you should have in line before you actually jump ship and go full force on the venture. The first thing I want to talk about is something that's obvious but very, very important. You need backup money. You need savings. This is to completely ensure yourself that you're going to be able to eat day to day. You're going to be able to pay your landlord, not be kicked out to the curb, right? I've heard some amazing success stories of people that actually have practically been homeless and pulled something out of nothing and created some amazing projects. Setster.com, my friend Edward over there, he comes to mind when talking about a story like that. But I mean, what I would highly advise, which I didn't fully do, but have a strong savings account. Make sure you could fall back and pay a couple months of rent if you aren't producing the revenue that you're projecting at that point in time. This is just going to make life so much easier, and it's going to enable you to actually, really, live. A lot of people do have this grandiose vision, which I once did, that everything's going to fall into place if you just jump. It's not always true. I'm a big believer in the world of possibilities, but that's not always the case, so it's always good to have that backup. So that's number one, have a savings account. Number two, I'm looking at my list right here, is have clients. Have clients lined up. This is a huge thing that people don't always have lined up beforehand. But us at ConvoSpark, all three partners had very strong relationships in the industry and with potential clients and people that we've already worked with in the past. So because we were doing a lot of similar stuff at our previous job, we're able to transfer that over pretty well to the job, to our business now. So it's very big that you have clients that will buy into your product or service right from the get-go. They understand you, they trust you, and that you're going to add value to them, and they understand that, and you actually are going to add value to whatever they're doing on their side. So that's huge. Have clients, at least have a large firm network in the industry you're jumping into, just so these people know what you're doing at that time, and they could support you. They could evangelize, they could be your customers. There's a whole bunch of different ways they could support you. So number two is have clients, have a network. Number three, the last thing is ramp up. And to be quite honest, I kind of forget what I meant by ramp up. It's on my list, but what I'm going to go off of is that there's a bunch of little things you could do before you actually go full time. So, for example, you get the business entity in place. You get a lot of the administrative, like accounting stuff down pat. You create some internal documents, some process documents, how you guys are going to want to actually run the company. So there's a lot of different things you could do before you go full time, and you got to be able to start small and continually ramp up. So it's a big thing that you get as much done before you go full time, and once you go full time, you want to go full force on business development, because at that point in time your company depends on it. Your company going forward, you depend on bringing, having a strong, steady cash flow, and that cash flow is going to allow you to do greater things with your company later down the line. So once again, ramp up, start small, and then once you go full time, you want to go full force on your business development. And that's what we got. That's what it takes to go full time. I know for a couple different business models we could discuss different scenarios. You could always get at me on Twitter at Brenton Gieser, that's Gieser, or on my website, which is BrentonGieser.com, and we could discuss this. I'd love to hear your input, and I hope for the entrepreneur that's looking to jump ship and go 100% on their venture, this did help a little bit. All right, guys, have a great day.